What's this is the artist, the founder, the president of the ONYXCON Foundation, Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, founder, and president. Yes, indeed. It is I, El Jefe, the big boss of ONYXCON, the ONYXCON Foundation, the one and only universal, legendary platform for living your best art life, which goes into many elements. And we bring them to you daily, we bring them to you live, we bring them to you edited, we bring it to you as we recently brought to you, and I want y'all not to miss it, presented an ONYXCON fishing tournament exploration in Republica Dominicana. We've been exploring through our vlog series for the summer. Republica Dominicana. Mi gente, make some noise. I hear y'all. I hear y'all. I hear the bachata. I hear the merengue. I hear the salsa. I hear you. I hear the dumbo. All right? I hear the mambo. I hear the musica. I hear my peoples. What's happening? What's happening? So today, definitely want to make sure y'all don't miss that. Make sure y'all see our that video. Hand line tuna catching. Okay? Gigantic yellowfin caught on land. Hand lining it. Pulling the line with your hand. Hardcore, y'all. Hardcore. I didn't try it myself, but I told my cat, I said, next time I come in, I want to do that. I was there to do the traditional reel and rod, and I caught a few. I caught my first tuna ever, maybe a 2.5, 3 pound fish, but it was nice. It was fun. Put up a hell of a fight. There's some little torpedoes, and then they get to be big torpedoes. Not to compare. Okay, we're gonna get focused, y'all. We're gonna talk about the ladies, mujeres, okay, Dominican Republic. Now, as a straight man, and I mean 100,000% straight, there ain't no percentage to how straight I am. I'm just a straight man. I just want to make that clear for the audience so you know what perspective you're getting these views from. Also, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, if you didn't know. Artist in many ways. I'm an artist in every sense. I draw, I paint, I sculpt. Obviously, I do video. I'm an actor. I do a lot of producer. So I come from many worlds. And when it comes to ladies in my life, I met quite a few. I was married. I'm divorced. No kids. Give you the perspective, because all this is important to understanding what I'm going to share and why I look at it the way I look at it. Everybody ain't got the same cards I've been dealt. You know, if you ain't want my shoes or relate to somebody who lives in my shoes, my kind of shoes, no one's in my shoes but me. But you know what I'm saying? If you don't have no friends that are single, out and about, still out here mingling with the ladies and everything, traveling, you may not completely understand everything I'm going to share in this perspective. But I'm sure you'll still get something out of it if you pay attention. So I appreciate it. We got 2 in the house. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you're feeling the content. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. I like for my thumbs up to match how many people looking at me. So it just says that you appreciate something you're getting out of this content. So we appreciate you. And make sure you subscribe, okay? So, here's the thing. When it comes to dating abroad, first and foremost, everybody defines dating differently. I find that ladies everywhere define dating quite differently. Some look at it like you go out with somebody, you're trying to get to know them. Some look at it like an opportunity to take advantage of a man's pockets. Some look at it like, just a quick fling. You know, they dig you and it's gonna be a hot and passionate moment, and that's it. We both walk our separate ways. That's the hookup culture. I don't speak against it, but I don't speak as much towards it. I always say I don't do casual, I do dress casual. I tell ladies this. I came up with the phrase, if anybody takes it, remember where you got it, okay? I say I do dress casual. And by that I mean, I may not be ready I know I'm not ready for the expense mentally and physically and everything else. Well, physically ain't the problem, but mentally and financially, I'm not ready for the expense of a long-term, day in, day out, committed relationship. I've been there. It's nothing I haven't done. I was married for years. Most of my adult life, I've been married, you know. And then this other half is me exploring not and not having kids and all that. And so because I don't have kids, because I'm divorced, you know, it's a different situation. And most people who would have been dealt the cards I was dealt, they would have came out with probably 2, 3 kids, whole bunch of drama, whether they're happy or not, later after the divorce. It's a lot that usually goes with it. I was very, very universe blessed to not have kids when I was in that. So it gives me an opportunity to explore. Now, the older I get, I do feel like, and I've always said, even since my divorce, I've always said, I might want to get married again one day, but my goal is to date long enough to know exactly what it feels like to have most of, if not all, of what I desire in a lady. Most of, if not all, of what I desire in a lady. Now, that's not expecting 100%. I don't believe that, that's not even the goal, because that's not really attainable. It's more about, let's just stay in the high 90s if I'm gonna ever consider a marriage again. Now, since I've been single, I have experienced what I would consider at least a 90th percentile lady here and there. I've mostly dealt with, for ones that got me really thinking seriously about them, they may have hit the 80 percentile. Okay, 85 is really impressive to me. So if you hit 90, oh my gosh, what did she do to me? I've hit 90. Sad part about it is, everybody's a used car, I always say. We all use cars, so we come with our luggage, and it's depending on how you carrying it. You either letting go of the luggage you don't need and packing light, or you still carrying the burdens of previous relationships and the hurt and all that stuff, which I tend to find is very common with a lot of ladies all over the world. And I found that out the hardest of ways, that I went looking abroad thinking, oh, it's gonna be different overseas. People are people everywhere, right? So women do the same kind of mess they do everywhere across seas as they do here. It's just different audience, different cultural things to consider, but some of the same human stuff. Now, sprinkle it with certain cultural elements and certain niceties that just aren't as common in America anymore. Once upon a time were, but because of generational fallouts and all kind of broken home situations, etc. A lot of things black folk used to have, Latin folk used to have, Asian folk used to have, white folk, anybody in America, it's slowly dying in America. Now, in other countries, in the homelands, so to speak, people still hold on to that a little bit more. Keywords a little bit more, because I found issues there too when I look online dating and stuff like that. So I tend to do what folks say, the slang pregame before I go a place. I like to, the topic is ladies in Dominican Republic for anybody just joining. So I'm talking about my experience being single and how that was when I was in Dominican Republic. Now shortly, let me say it was a short trip, okay? We're only talking about a week. Now, I've seen videos of guys talking about, look, man, you ain't gonna meet nobody and take them serious in a week. You gotta be there for a month. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. Well, guess what? I ain't rich. I ain't six figures yet. When y'all help this channel explode into hundreds of thousands of subscribers and all that, then yeah, we'll definitely start considering staying a place for a month. I wanna do that. I wanna literally get an apartment in some of the places I wanna visit. But right now we in the stage of, I go for a week, maybe a week and a half. If I'm really lucky, 2 weeks, explore a place, maybe explore 2 places in 2 weeks. And later on, once, like say, the budget is right, I might go back. I might double back to some places I've already been to. Whoever's at the top of my list, whatever places I know I really enjoyed being the most, that might be where I could actually stay for a month, feel it out, date seriously, see if I can find a real love, somebody I really, really, really want to stay in touch with and care about, and that I know gonna hold me down. And then, and then with the pockets being right, might even consider that long range thing. Now that requires a hell of a lot of other stuff that this video ain't got time to explain. But naturally, I'll just say in short that, look, I still want to keep traveling. I don't want to deal with anybody who wants to just sit around and not keep going. I would need a lady that wants to travel with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I would definitely probably have that kind of channel in the future where me and my special lady, we're both like characters on shows and stuff, you know what I mean, promoting ONYXCON, and if she wants to start a channel for herself, I'll help her with that. Or if she already got one, I'll help her channel, all that kind of stuff. So to speak on the situation I encountered pre-gaming, like I say, with the intention of just dress casual dating, as I've defined what I call dress casual, right? We go out, we hang out. Yes, it gets intimate. Of course I want intimacy, but it's really like, I really do want to make a friend. I don't hit it and quit it. If I want to hit it and it's good enough to keep hitting, guess what? I don't want to let you go. I don't want to forget your name or just add just some notch on some belt, some scoreboard. I ain't never been about that. That's leave that for the little boys. I'm out here trying to find quality experiences and variables to consider for the long term, you know. And some ladies understand that process. They understand, look, it ain't gonna be for you dealing with, if you're open to dealing, if you're in another country and you're open to dealing with a guy in another country, you've got to be open to the fact that both of y'all gonna keep meeting people in your homeland, more than likely. Both of y'all gonna meet people from other places besides that person, and it becomes the lottery. It really is. It's like, it's all chance. But I respect those variables a lot better than the iffiness of what I've been through in the last. It's been some years in America. Kind of what's become common, and how people really just don't know how to truly date no more, or even have a good time without BS involved. You know, some people can't do it without a drink. I don't care if a lady drinks, but she can't be a drunk, and I don't drink at all. So if she got a problem with me not drinking, we ain't gonna be able to vibe. I don't smoke that stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. No pun to everybody who does, because more and more people do, right? I attribute it to all the stress in the world. They say it calms you down. I get it. But most people can't handle how they smoking and they abuse it. I think it should only be medicinally used, but most people just overuse it. They do forget things. They do become very, anyway, I've dealt with that. I've given my share of weed head ladies a chance, and it usually didn't work out. So anyway, that's not my vibe. That's just not my vibe. And I damn sure can't stand cigarettes. Cigarettes is out of the question. You smoke, you done. If I'm on a dating app and I see cigarettes, I'm like, what the? Goodbye. That's impossible. I tried to deal with a lady one time who was trying to quit. It didn't go nowhere. It was horrible. So in dating abroad, when you're dealing with folk, you know, all these things are on my list. So my list becomes a little more flexible only in travel, because like I'm not saying I wouldn't deal with, for example, a lady who, like I said, I don't care if she drinks, but if she smoked, I'd be like, how much do you smoke? Like, if you gotta have it, you can't put it down while you're around me, I can't deal with you. If you like, I'll do that, or not when I'm with you, but I might do it, right, as long as I ain't gotta smell that stuff and all that, you know what I mean? That's my thing. So, the variables are a little different. Also, I try to avoid the single moms. They be on me like a magnet, y'all. I don't know what it is. Them single mamas, boy, they love me. They love them some me. Every time I'm on a dating app, I have it on my profile. I be like, sorry, not sorry, ladies. I'm just giving you the real. I can't do it for the single moms. I said the only way that could possibly even work is if you're just looking for a getaway, which is what I'm gonna be on if I'm in your country. I'm getting away. You want to get away with me? Let's get away. Mama, take a break. But mama gotta be ready to really take a break. She can't have young kids because she ain't gonna be able to take a break. We could be on the back of a doggone yacht and she'll dive off to go get her with a kid. And that's as she should, as a real mom would. You know, she gonna go save them babies if they sniffle and cry a little bit on the phone or send a bad text or anything to set a mama off. I know this and I respect it. But I ain't got time for that when I'm investing money and everything into activities and you gotta up and go and no. And I'm not speaking from so much experience there. I have dated locally like that in Atlanta and seen that happen, you know. And that's when I created my rule. I was like, now what if that was on a trip? Man, please. You'd be so done. I mean, you'd be like, yo, hey, I hope the kid is okay. Are they okay? Are they okay? Okay, great. I wish y'all well. You know, because now if it's a serious thing, hell, I'll drive you to help your baby, you know. But again, it adds stuff to my life that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't my lane. I ain't got to be over there with that. That's for let the parents be parents. I'm not a parent. I'm an uncle. That's close to get to that. I ain't really trying to deal with that if I ain't got to deal with that, you know. So that be a thing. Then the other thing I run into online abroad is, and this is, I come into this sensitive because I see it all the time on YouTube. Guys that go abroad that literally, a lot of these dudes in America that have channels that talk about it. This is why I don't claim that stuff about passport bros. I'm not a passport bro. I have a passport. And in black culture, we say brother. What's happening, brother? You know, that's it. But I ain't no damn passport bro. I don't like the phrase. I don't like what it gets associated with. I do, through uncomfortable amusement, do check out some people's channels who be on that tip. Because otherwise I can't talk about the problem if I don't know what it looks like and sounds like. And I see some stuff sometimes and I'm saying to myself, the stereotype that gets me about a lot of those guys, not all of them, I want to make it very clear, but a good too many. There's a lot of guys who claim the whole passport, red pill stuff and all that. they're not the most typical certified attractive men by most women's standards. They may have been at one time in their life. They may have been the cool dude on the football team, you know, whatever. In college, they had a little clout, whatever. But then they drank too much, they smoked too much, they still drink too much. They got them pot bellies, half of them. They look like, yo, I could fix myself up and be Mr. Handsome, but they'd rather be Mr. Sloppy and have the audacity with Kevin. They be sitting around talking about the women in other places about, yeah, when they get too big, you know, they get big. Bruh, look at you! Like Jabba the Hutt is sitting on his platform having the audacity to call Winnie the Pooh fat. You know, it's like, God damn, man, if you don't chill the hell out, like, go on to sit down somewhere, man. No, but no, don't sit down. That's your problem. You need to get up and walk or something. Like, they be killing me, man. They be killing me. It gets to a point, it gets to a breaking point. You're like, if I see one more, and then it'd be one more. If I see one more channel with a dude that talk all this stuff about these women, but what you do? What are you doing? It'd be a mess. It'd be a mess out here. So I see that. I see that happening. I also see a lot of these guys that some of them, they both, I mean, I will say this. For the ones who are just honest and be like, look, I didn't have a lot of luck with ladies. A lot of them will say, not a lot of them, very, very few of them will go here. They'll be like, I forget the name of this guy's channel. I would shout him out if I could remember his name. Because he was actually honest. He was just like, I was never that guy who was athletic. I was never that guy who a lot of ladies thought was whatever. He said he was not that guy, right? So, and he said, you know, because of that, that was in addition to the drama he went through in America with dating and stuff. And he was, you know, he had kids. He was a quote unquote baby daddy, all that old stuff. Ugh. And he was talking about how when he went overseas, you know, the respect he got in some of the typical countries that everybody always mentions, you know, your Brazils, your Colombia, Philippines, Thailand, Dominican Republic. You know, it's like, it's become a repetitive list of the same places. Now, I admit, I want to go to all these places because I haven't been to all of them. When I went to Dominican Republic just now, I wanted to just see it for myself. I wanted to dispel rumors and myths about it for myself. Some of that got dispelled. Some of it was damn true. Some of it was too true. And I hate to say that, you know, when it comes to the pros thing, it is a thing. There are, I mean, that's a result of desperation and poverty and other issues. That ain't because the women are just inherently, you know, sleazy and want to sleep with foreigners for money. They don't want to have to do that. That is forced conditions, you know, and that's the problem I have with a lot of the guys that talk about that all flippantly on YouTube. These guys that be out here making it seem like whole countries are just freaking whores or something. That's despicable and it's not cool. Like, yo, if somebody was saying that about their hometown and every woman in it, including their mamas and sisters and cousins, they'd be in a damn uproar, you know? That's just not cool, and it's not true. It's absolutely not true, you know? A lot of the videos that you see are the ones that hit volume, because that's another issue with what gets pushed in the algorithm. Pardon the signal, y'all. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. All I can do is keep saying sorry for the signal, y'all. It ain't me. So anyway, because I want to finish what I gotta say without looking down every second and seeing reconnecting. God damn. But anyway, I was saying, I lost my two little people that was looking at me. See how that go? Anyway, but no, not everybody's out there selling. And I don't like that image that gets pushed on quote unquote third world countries. I like that phrase, you know what I mean? These countries have who are doing quite fine. There is education. There are levels of infrastructure. No different from in America. The main difference I see, and I'm speaking from having been to Asia, those places, it's just a stark in America, you got the same classes, you got areas that the same in terms of wealth. Sometimes it's 10 times worse in these places because the disparity is just on a higher level. Like Americans, people can be just straight. I say there's a lot of spoiled ass people. A lot of spoiled ass people in America. Not everybody. I'm never saying whenever I declare anything, I'm never saying everybody. Because I understand individualism and small or even large percentage differences in whatever that topic is. It's never one and that's it, right? But there are places where, yeah, you got really bad hoods and ghettos where people are on the bottom in America. And then you got people who could work, would work, still in a bad situation for the way that structure of that neighborhood has been purposefully, systematically held back, just like the worst of the worst, but even on another level where some people have a little bit of a job, some people have less, most people have some kind of education, but maybe not the education they need to understand how the world works. Let's be specific. You can get an education, but where you taught the right things or where you taught a bunch of lies, it really don't matter when you get out here and you got to make it happen. You're not into reality. You're into some fantasy about what it is, and you're in a bubble about the reality of what you have to do. You know, the worst thing I always have heard all my life in my generations is folk from the hood talking about, I had to do this crime or had to do this scheme or whatever to get by. But there's other people from that same area that didn't. Now, that's peer pressure, that's succumbing to that, that's environmental pressure, that's a lot of things, psychological issues, fallout from reaction to crime and losing loved ones and all. I get all the reasons, but at the end of the day, when you go to places like Dominican Republic or, you see that in the worst of it, you see the worst of that kind of poverty. No, that's the real didn't have no choice. Like, you can drive for miles and it'd be all the same, looking hood and messed up, right? Versus, and then there's there, you turn the corner and it's nice suddenly. But they create real blockades on where that line is drawn. Versus America, you can have right around the corner, you can have a really nice subdivision and somebody over there acting a fool. Just because the kids is spoiled and they mad because ain't nobody home to keep them disciplined, so they want to act like they thugs on the block because everybody's always at work, not there to watch after them. I'm talking from experience of stuff I've seen. I'm talking about from friends in Atlanta where I'll never forget years ago, a friend of mine lived in a really nice subdivision. They started having break-ins and they come to find out it was the kids in the neighborhood. It wasn't nobody from nowhere. I mean, it could have been a few other, like they go to a high school and they got friends who live in an even worse situation, but then they buddy up with the kids in the nice neighborhood and they hitting up housing their own damn neighborhood, right? That is so absurd. I'm not saying that could never happen in a place like DR in Dominican Republic, but I'm saying I bet it wouldn't happen as much, if not at all, because people who are trying to get out of poverty would not bring the classes are so defined that it's like somebody coming from the wealthier class just wouldn't even want to do any of that stuff. Like it just wouldn't even be in them. Like I went to this mall, Blue Mall, and also what was it, Downtown Center. Both of them really nice, high end clientele. You could tell this was the middle class to upper class of DR. This is where they shop. This is where they hang out. Outside, there could have been a couple of folk begging and stuff. The police or the security will put up with a few of them, but you don't see they'll let, like you could tell they got friendly with that one that they let sit there and beg all day. But it wasn't no 10, 12 folk outside before you hit the door begging for money or nothing. And when you get inside, there was none of that. Like you can't, they wouldn't even let them in, obviously, because everybody up in there was clean pressed, no dirt on the clothes, which I'm gonna make a point about what I say is real poverty. When you're in a situation like that, you got people who may not even be at the very bottom, but they just still on the get-by level, and they don't have as much. The clothes be a little soiled and stuff, even from, multiple use, not because they dirty or they smell or anything like that. Just like what I'm saying is I got in rides with Ubers that I noticed, okay, dude been wearing them jeans for everything he got to do. If he can do yard work, same pair of jeans. If he go on a date, same pair of jeans. He in the work, he doing his Uber, same pair of jeans. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can just tell, or like you would see it. Like you see people wearing a pair of Jordans and they may be knockoffs or whatever. They trying their best to keep them clean, but they getting the mud from the street on them and everything. But they just want to wear, they want that look, so they wear them. But that's their only pair, maybe. Versus these little spoiled goofies over here, man, these fools robbing for it, scheming for it, maybe got a job, a little bit of a job, and at the same time doing crime. Like all kind of nonsense. They just, like, what? Americans, like I say, it's spoiled. It's like, want to be a thug and rich at the same time. Like, what? Like, and this ain't based on dress code or anything, what I'm talking about. I'm talking about mental, attitude, what you actually are doing. I'm saying we got smash and grab kids in Atlanta that live in subdivisions. That's the behavior of somebody in true desperation. And then you look at who's doing it, and they be wearing stylish clothes and stuff. I mean, even if it's stolen, I'm saying, like, that don't happen. Or at least from what I saw when I was in Dominican Republic, that don't happen. That don't happen. Now, I've been on a big tangent with this conversation, but I'm trying to define something before I get into specifics about my experience with the ladies. Because I'm saying that I mean, the reason I even brought all that up was I don't like the cast of some American guys going abroad, making it seem like everybody is from some poor caste in these places, that everybody there is poor and they need us. So when we get off the plane, they be all over us, man, because, you know, they know that American dollar. First of all, I got off the plane, every woman passing by me was me up and down like, ooh la la, poppy. Oh, yeah. No, no, and hell no. It ain't like that. Did I get some eyes? Yes. Did I get some reactions? Yes. I mean, some big ones, some ones that let you know, yeah, okay, they saw me, they checking me out, I'm checking them out. It's good vibes, right? Or if I start a conversation with the right lady, it was flirty, it was fun, and I can feel that, yo, she thinks I'm cute, I think she's cute. I may have even told her. She may have said, oh my gosh, you're handsome, thank you so much. Whatever, right? We talking, we doing what we do. But I didn't never feel like these folk they plotting and scheming on a green card and they just need me so bad. First of all, people love their country. That's job one. That a lot of Americans need to stop lying to everybody else who ain't been nowhere in America, telling them, oh man, we're the greatest thing that ever happened to the planet. No, you're just a citizen in a crazy ass country. There's some perks and some jerks. That's a good way to put it. We got perks and we got jerks, right? And I want to be on the side of perks, because I'm not a jerk. You feel? So I don't like that, because, you know, one of the biggest simple wake-up calls I got just in riding with my Uber drivers, I would ask myself, what kind of music do you like from the US? And it would be like something super mainstream, even old sometimes. They don't always know about these new rappers and stuff that we think the whole world knows about. Nope. They push that stuff. When I say they, I'm saying the record companies have deals with certain countries. Some countries ain't even letting American music in general in, not just rap. I mean, they don't care about your shit. I'm just gonna be honest. They can't sell it like they sell it here, because the audience really does love what they have homegrown. They love bachata. They love merengue. They love salsa. They ain't listening to no that. Wait till y'all see this video. I ain't even finished editing it. One of my drivers, I asked him, do you know who Kendrick Lamar is? He was like, no. The whole world going. They tell us the whole world going crazy and saying they not like us. No, the truth is, people who are deep into hip-hop is a niche thing in a lot of places abroad. It is not, it is a phenomenon. I'm not going to deny it isn't. Of course it is. Of course it is as a general culture, but the music part of it is not as big as people want to act. The fashion element is definitely universal. And even that, there's a limit, you know, because of access and the affordability of products and like the stuff that most Americans would consider you getting fresh, you know, you putting on that shit. You know, we got a part of ONYXCON, we do it ONYXCON style. Most folk can't afford to look like that every day. Plus, it don't go with the environment. If you're in Santo Domingo and most of what Santo Domingo look like, it's rough. It's kind of grimy. It's like the worst of New York City, damn near in most parts of it. You know, there's a lot of bad potholes, really poor street structure. So if you're walking down the street in your brand new pair of Air Force Ones, white as snow, and you expect to keep them white all day, good luck, homie. You're gonna be stopping at every corner with a toothbrush and some soap trying to get something off your shoe. And it won't be from people stepping on them, it'll be from just the ground itself. If you cross the street, you're gonna step in some potholes. Somebody gonna pass by on a pothole, and with all the rain they get, it's gonna get splashed on. You're not gonna be able to stay fresh like that. It ain't that kind of environment. Now, if you get in some of the resort areas and everything, do your thing. Take your pictures for the gram and be happy in your fresh outfit. That's what I did. When I got to an area nice enough to not even have to worry about being robbed and nobody caring what I'm wearing, none of that, I put on my stuff. I wore a few of my chains. I felt good. I had fun with it. Other than that, I'm tucking my shit. I'm being realistic. I'm being respectful. I'm not trying to floss like, I mean, this is a very affordable. I don't wear expensive jewelry. This is stainless steel. All I wear is stainless steel. It don't tarnish and it looks great. I love it. I love it. Okay? But, you know, for most people there, it ain't fancy like that. And for where it is fancy like that, the energy is very, from your car door to the door of the place and back to your driver, you know, your Uber, your personal car, whatever. They don't be doing the walking on the street, the rich folk. They not out like that. That's the everyday blue collar to the folk hustling. That's all. That is it. And there's plenty of legit people amongst all these characters I'm talking about, and shysters amongst every level. I'm talking on the rich level you got. So for all the folks who want to make it seem like, you know, it's just a bunch of hot girls that's selling themselves and stuff, you got the rich, you got wealthy ones who made good at doing it, and they fancy. You're not gonna see a lot of that. I think I only spotted one girl that I thought she must be pushing weight because her body weight. She was so fine, and she was standing outside one of those fancy malls, like she was taking pictures for the gram, literally, just, you know, but it was, her outfit was very like, ooh la la, look at me. I mean, it was bright white. She had the hair, nails, everything going. She was thick as I don't know what. The dress was suffering to stay on them curves. She was something to behold, you know? And I almost went back just to see if I could speak a little Spanish to her and get an interview real quick. But I just got there and I wasn't feeling the outside vibe as much. I wanted to get in the mall and see what it looked like. So that's what I did. Now, as far as pre-gaming before I got there, yes, I was on some dating apps, met a couple of one young honey who was like 25, which is generally my limit because I always say the frontal lobe of the brain starts to close or will close between 25 and 27. That's a scientific fact. So I'll try and go off that. We had good conversations the first couple of weeks of us knowing of each other. Very flirty, very playful, very, you know, the kind of energy I usually know when I meet this person, it's gonna be on and popping in every way. Not just the sensual, but we're gonna really be able to hang out, have a good time. Take her to the beach, take her to some stops, take her to, you know, buy a little something for her here and there, you know, just for fun, but not expected. Not no pay for play. No, none of that. I ain't with that. I want to feel like, yo, you really like me, and I'll just treat you because you're making me feel good. It's a blessing to be around you, so I'm gonna bless you. You know what I mean? That's it. That's how I roll with that. Yes, as a gentleman, I'm gonna take care of the meals and all that good stuff, and we ain't gonna eat at no 5-star restaurant every time we sit down. You know, I look for real ones like that, and she had a job, a real working woman, not this, you know, overused phrase. But you can't even say working and woman outside of the U.S. These fools all think that means everybody is a hoe. No, I mean no, damn it. She wasn't. Now, that's all to her credit. To her demise, once I said, yo, I'm within weeks of coming. What's up, boo? She started getting less and less communicative. I said, oh boy, here we go. What this about, right? So while she was playing that, I always say, try to keep the bases loaded because it's so fickle out here. And I mean here as in this world, is what I've experienced. It ain't just America, they just abroad. It's everywhere. This disease of lack of dedication and stay on pointness. So I was talking to another one. Actually I met her before I met her. And she had gone through a few phases of flake off on me. First it was all hot and bothered and, oh, Poppy, I can't wait to meet a guy like you, or when you coming? And I'm like, all right, cool, right? Then it turned into less and less conversation. All the way to, you know, first as always, I'm so tired from work. Every time I get in them big trucks, they mess up your signal. And I got some more up ahead, so early apologies for when this signal drops. Trying to stay away from them. They get on my nerves. Anyway, so as I was saying, I know she's gonna have some daddy issues because she told me about some stuff, but she's close to her mom. She lived with her mom. This woman's like in her 30s. So then the other one who was in her 20s, she would pop up out of nowhere after I just stopped bothering her. Like, okay, you ain't gonna respond, I'm gonna stop talking. I could. Sometimes I'll block the hell out of you if I think you just gaming me or something. But it never felt like that. She did speak English, the young one. So I thought, ooh, that'll be perfect. At least I won't have to worry about translating everything. If we hang out and I have somebody who can really guide me around. And it ain't no one-way street. I always tell the ladies, I'm like, look, as long as I'm single and you single, if you can make it to America, whatever you do for me, I'll do for you. You come through, I got you. And I'm speaking from experience. I've had somebody come see me, you know, and it was the opposite way. Like, they came to see me first. Now, this was not from another country, but it was from another state. Yeah, I took care of them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you ain't got to worry about nothing while you here. And I can cook. Psh, girl, come in. You know, it was on. It's what it ought to be. But in this case, I always say, I tell them, I was like, yo, I know it's harder for you to leave your country, but if you ever can, if you play these cards right, you're going to have somebody to chill with. As long as I'm single, you can come through. Check me out. You know, if I ain't got to report to nobody, it's open season on us. You know, but anyway, she messed around and flaked it out because she started to stop. When she would want to respond, she'd come with the short, like, hey, baby, hey, love, all that high love. I'm like, God almighty. This is why, dude, this is why folk believe everybody's a working girl on that other side of it. That not the, you know, this woman did have a job at a bank that I did verify that. You know, I had her send me her picture of her ID, cross out your number so I ain't got to see all the important. So she was doing things to prove she was real. She even told me the name of the bank she worked for and all that. So I never thought I was dealing with anybody with that double life. But here's why I know it can go that way. People can be doing other stuff in addition to a quote-unquote regular job, right? But I didn't get that feeling off this one. I just got laziness off of this person. Pure laziness. And I find that that can be a thing culturally that I experienced while I was there. I kept getting warned about it in YouTube videos. Everybody say, yo, when you go to a restaurant, expect Dominican time. I was like, and they always explain what that means is things are going to come late. It's going to be good if it's a good restaurant, but you're going to have to wait for your food. You're going to have to wait for your check. And I swear it never failed. Everywhere I went, that's just how it was. People take their damn time to get to you when they get to you. Still got the nerve to put a smile on it and act like they ain't been away for 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes. You like, yo, I've been ready to go. Where was the checker? Can I get the checker? You know, and they like, oh yeah, here you go, senor. Like, and then you almost don't want them to walk off. You like, oh, no, come in, take my card now. Don't leave and come back. I don't want you. No, I need you right here, because I know if I let you disappear again, I'm gonna be waiting another hour before you come back. Damn, that's how I'm telling you. I experienced that. That part is not a stereotype. I saw it and I lived it. Horrible. Everywhere I went. I don't care. Santo Domingo, Las Terrenas, it was the same damn near everywhere. There was only a few places. And I wish well to the individuals who, like, this is why I say, not for the culture, for the cultures. People who are in a big ass culture where everybody doing this shit, and they say, not me, I'm not gonna be that one. I had a few that did right. They come back, check on me, all that good stuff, right? And do, you know, the kind of service you would expect, right? So, and I'm talking about even at resorts. When I was at the resort, same kind of drag your feet type. It's a thing, y'all. It's a real thing. So when I experienced that in communication in my pregame and online dating experience, it didn't surprise me after I had been in the country. I'm thinking back when I was dealing with it here before I got there, I was like, what the hell is this? What is wrong with these women? Like, you know, it was frustrating. Then when I got there, I said, okay, all right, this is what they do. But what they don't understand is, just like I had another one to talk to and one was acting up, and they know you might, hell, they talking to a bunch of dudes too. I know that. But don't think that one of the ones you sleeping on, you don't think just because I do answer, it's all about you. You know what I mean? Or he's still communicating, you know, maybe they thinking, yeah, I got him. No, you know, you ain't got nothing yet. I ain't even met you. So they come with that little lackadaisical get back when they want to because they think, yeah, I got him under my thumb. He ain't going nowhere. No. I'm just trying to see when you gonna wake up. So when I would get there, before I just say that, the older one that was in her 30s ended up telling me the reason why she finally admitted, because I kept pressing like, what's up? Why you just dropping off? I was like, because I pretty much threatened to just cut her off completely, and that's when she explained she had some boyfriend come out the wind from the past. I said, they never fail. These motherfuckers smell the woman about to be happy with somebody else, and they come out of nowhere. And he messing it up for her, getting all in her head again, got her thinking that he's serious. And within a week, 1 week, because I told her, I said, well, we'll just be friends, cool. But I gave her a week and I checked back in with her. I said, hey, how you been? You good? Is your dude treating you right or whatever? We broke up. How do you, I was like, yo, how the hell y'all bring up after a week? I thought you was so, I'm gonna give him a chance and we think we got real love, we got history and kids. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. What are you talking about, right? So I kind of teased her about it and she took it because she knew she sounds stupid. And after that, she just pretty much kind of insisted, tried to friend zone me. So I said, whatever, I'm gonna let that happen. Because at that point, with the other one acting, I said, at least maybe when I get there, I told her I want to at least take you out to dinner. Because what she did for me that was unforgettable was I asked her about where she would go as a Dominican lady for vacation. She's in Santo Domingo, just like the other one was. And that's a big city, by the way. Santo Domingo is not a small city. So they were in many different parts, okay? So anyway, she said Samana. I said, Samana? I never heard nobody talk about that. She said, it's so beautiful, it's amazing. And it's less touristy. Because I asked her, I said, I want less touristy, but still safe for tourists. She said Samana, and she was not lying. It was perfect. That's where Las Terrenas was. That's where I went. That's where I experienced probably the best, you know, visually and environment. That was the best part of the trip. Nothing in Santo Domingo can compare to what I like about all that beautiful rest of nature. You know, you got cliffs, you got pure, beautiful beaches. You got, I mean, there's no trash on the beaches and stuff. You see a little bit of that in areas near Santo Domingo. I mean, well, hell, yeah, definitely. If you go to Boca Chica, you in the straight up hood. I ain't even get out the car. I told my driver, I said, keep going, man. Ain't no way in hell I'm getting out over here. We laughed about it. We went on. That was one of the days I went to the mall. It was rainy, and I was gonna walk the beach, thinking, you know, it's cloudy, but at least I'll get the footage. I thought it was gonna be like little hot spots. No, the whole block was hot. That mess was Hustle Valley. I mean, they be on you like flies as soon as they see a new car turn into the area where you could park. I was like, I'm not getting out here. I don't feel safe. I don't feel like I won't get hustled every second. And I'm just like, no. And there's no way I could be walking around my camera out. Like, you see all them videos, them dudes walking around with their cameras, they risking their life to give y'all a moment on YouTube. I'm telling you, they risking their damn life. You know, or at least, if not their life, their equipment. Because it may not be violent, aggressive like that. It is aggressive, it may not be violent. But they definitely trying to, you know, you're going to have some thieves around there. They definitely got a plethora of people, just desperate people. But the women, not one, I didn't see not one hottie. Even if it were a quote unquote type of woman, which I tell you, that's not what I'm promoting on my channel. But for all these guys who are promoting that out here, what do y'all taste, man? Y'all must be, y'all dig at the bottom of a trash can and just anything. Like, good gosh, I saw some folk that look like, man, please, like they'll slit your neck after they give you a good time if you don't give them the right money for the way these guys be talking. I'm like, y'all crazy, man. What are you? No wonder why the reports come out. American citizen was killed abroad. Yeah, you know, they think they can do it, though. But they're gonna find out, unfortunately, the hard way. It's not the place to be playing around. None of these countries, you can't be playing around nowhere. But when you go outside of your homeland, man, y'all better learn. I see why stuff happens. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So anyway, back to the better side of things. So the truth of the matter is, no, I didn't have any company while I was there. I made a concern. I've seen a lot of honest. Oh, y'all, this signal. Yes, there we go. I've seen a lot of honest commentary lately. Shout out to my man Zoe, International Zoe. Zoe always telling the truth about this very topic. That look, most women in other places like their men. They like the men they grew up with, their culture, their people. That's what they, man. You're the rare exception. Whenever you travel abroad, you're the rare exception. You even going abroad as you do, you're the rare exception. So few Americans, especially when you talk about being a black American, travel. They do, more and more we do. I'm not gonna say we don't, Don't get me wrong. Plenty do. But the way I'm traveling, where you go outside of, even when you go to the typical places everybody goes, like a lot of people go to DR, but they don't go where I went. They don't go to Samana. They don't even know. I didn't know, but I asked. I wanted to know. I didn't want to go to just a Punta Cana. I'm not saying I won't ever go to Punta Cana, but when I get to Punta Cana, I'm gonna go somewhere you ain't never knew existed in Punta Cana. That's what I like to do. I like to show the other sides of things. I want to show the less beaten path. I want to show the opposite of all the negative, stereotypical, hot, trending garbage. I want to give you hot, beautiful excellence. You know what I'm saying? Still hot, but it's beautiful, it's excellent, it's clean, it's quality, it's the best. There's no exceptions made. We ain't gonna just, well, you know, you get what you get, because that's how they do it. No, you trying to cast one image of this place. Everywhere's got a richer, better thing about it. Even in the so-called, quote-unquote, less than areas. Like Las Terrenas is not a rich area, but it's a safe area. And I would walk around Las Terrenas 10 times before I would ever step foot in Boca Chica. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a big difference. Big difference. There were stray dogs in Las Terrenas. None of them bit me or chased me. There was people who look homeless. Did nobody follow me for money? Not once. I was there for at least 3 days. Not once. So, you know, it's just what you want, man. You know, what you consider quality, what you'll accept, what your standards are, and that rolls right over into people. If you go looking for scandalous women, that's what you're gonna get. If you go looking for, we're gonna keep standing on that platform, y'all, giving credit where credit is due, and not casting the world in these little narrow tunnel vision, negative images of people's whole identities and cultures and countries. There's always more to everywhere, and there's a lot more beauty that needs to be showcased than all the downside, the poverty, the, you know, the triflingness, all that stuff. Like, if I could have had more time there, if I could have afforded more time there, I would have found a sweetheart, because I was running into people left and right toward the end of my journey. And I just realized, hey, quality attracts quality, and quality want to lock down quality. So plenty of good dudes is finding good women there, and they boyfriending them and marrying them. Because everybody I would meet that I would really consider have talked to, they already had somebody. But that won't be all of them if you there had enough time to really put in a search. You know, or even them, you'd be like, yo, you got a sister, you got a girlfriend, somebody I can talk to. And then you meet somebody really cool, because birds of a feather gonna flock together, you know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to the sweeties I met at the hotels I stayed at, especially the Crown Royal. One in particular, I have in a video that I did. She had a boyfriend, but she was such a darling. I told her, I said, he better be lucky he got you, because if you told me if you were single, I'd be like, when you get off work, I'm taking you out. And she just giggled. She was such a little darling, you know. And you know, she was 20 something, you know, but at that age where she know what she wants, or enough of what she wants, you know, she wasn't no little boo-boo head, you know what I'm saying? She was smart. And she was studying English. So she was really intrigued with me for that. You know, she realized, oh, you could teach me, you know? Yeah, I'll teach you. You teach me. I'm trying to learn my Spanish. So Escuela was in full effect, you know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of people you need to look for. I'm just speaking to the guys who want quality and not just a hit and run situation. If all you want is, yeah, I want to hit it and then forget her number because she's going to be begging me for money, man, that is one stereotypical type. I'm not going to say it don't exist. There's a hell of a lot of them. Those be the ones on Tinder-roni. They call that Tinder-roni. You know the app I'm talking about. Tinder-roni got plenty of them. Now, Tinder-roni also got women who ain't on that. But I hate to say, most of the pay-for-play done took over. And I remember I had one, like, I just liked a couple of pictures thinking, she is bad, you know. And one got back with me, and I was like, I asked her in the beginning, first minute, I said, just be real with me. I said, is this, in so many words, I was like, is this pay-for-play type vibe? Because I don't do that. And she said, yeah, baby, it cost. And I was like, yep, never mind, you know. And then I looked at another one's Instagram. I ain't even had to ask the question. It was like she had some quote on her Instagram like, learn not to fall in love, learn to get paid or something. I said, God dang, boy, folk been through hell. Like that, all that says to me is somebody broke my heart. I done been through a lot of stuff. I done found out she found out, yo, I can make money off my body, I'm gonna do it. That's what that said to me, you know? And that's sad, but that's a reality for a lot of women who find themselves in that situation or want to put themselves in that out of desperation. But they are not the majority. And they are not a complete majority. I'll just say that. They're definitely not a complete majority. And I don't like when I see more and more online on YouTube, people casting that like that is the reality. Like everywhere outside the U.S., man, it's so tough for these people. They all hoeing themselves. No, you pompous bastard. No. Shit, don't do that. Don't do that. Not when America got all the same problems and folk doing all the same stuff. The difference is they try and justify it by saying, oh, I'm just dating. But you tell a man he can't take you to Cheesecake Factory, like that big joke that went viral. Like, the hell? Can't do a coffee date. Signal is crazy. Signal just keeps jumping in and out. But I was saying, like, no, the word 100 should not even come up in monetary discussion in the first date. There should be no nothing was 100. What the hell, 100 for what? If you just met this person, you don't even know if you like each other, you spending that kind of money? Even if you got it, why? Why? Like, anyway, that's just not my lane. So anyway, that's what I got for y'all. I wanted to stress again, shout out to all the real ones out there, because there are some good ladies. Stress again, shout out to all the real ones out there, because there are some good ladies everywhere. Everybody's not these stereotypes that some of these guys on these, channels want to, push on people's countries and cultures. There are always exceptions to those generalizations, and I'm gonna make that a big part of my channel as I move forward, exposing the real good girls, the real good chicas, the real good ladies of the world, not just all this